Casted here, and I just received a comment about decreasing radius corners, if I could share my thoughts on them. So here we go. So let's just first assume that everything else when you ride around the street is good. Let's say you've been to the corner before, you know where you're going, the road looks good, there's no gravel or animals or whatever all around. You have all your gear on, the throttle control is good, your vision is good, you're fully geared up, all that stuff. We're just assuming all that is already taken care of and you already know that stuff for the most part. So decrease in radius. So if a normal corner is like this, well, obviously a decrease in radius starts off normal, but then it gets tighter as it goes through the corner. So just a normal left-handed corner like this, right? You're going left, so you're gonna start on the outside, right? And then you'll dip it in, and then you'll go through the corner, and then you're good. So that's kind of like a normal corner. And some people are like, well, you have to start way over here on the outside. That's not realistic. But just take a look at this for a second. If this is a truck, right, a huge truck coming the opposite direction, and this is the front of the truck. If this truck goes a little bit wider than normal as it goes through the corner because they're not paying attention, wouldn't you want to be this rider just in case this person who's going the opposite direction makes a mistake? Or let's say another bike is coming through and a bike messes up the corner, like, oh my God, I went over the double yellow line because I don't know what I'm doing. I never took a course in my life. Now, wouldn't you want to be that rider versus if you're the rider that comes in way too early and then gets to the double yellow line really early and they're like, oh man, and most people go wide. That's how most people crash. They go wide in a corner, there's a guardrail, there's the tree, there's the parked car, there's the edge of the cliff, and you're getting hurt. So start on the outside, and then you dip it in, and then you go through. So that's like a normal corner, right? So just get another idea. So you're going just a normal corner, you're going through, say you're going right. Again, you want to start on the outside, and I'm assuming these are all blind corners, meaning, like, say this blank area is a mountain, right? So you can't see around the corner. If it's an open corner and you're right here, you can see straight across. Well, that's a really big advantage because you know if there's any cars coming, there's a tree branch in your way or a car stalled over here, whatever. But worst case scenario, let's assume it's a blind corner. And the reason why I do that, because a lot of corners around here in Southern California, you are going through the mountains and it is a blind corner. You have absolutely no idea what's on the other side. So either way, for a normal corner, a blind corner, you're going to start on the outside. And here's where people have many different theories, but again, through my experience and my knowledge and all the courses I've been through, and just what works best and gives me the most options in case something happens, is I just stay on the outside. I wait, and I wait, and I wait, until about here or so. And I wait all the way to right there for one specific thing. And if you could guess what this one specific thing is, you're awesome. If you said until the point where I could see a direct line to the exit of the corner, if you were thinking that, well, you're really smart. If this is a blind corner and you have no idea what's on the exit of the corner, why in the world would you come in really close and get in really, really close and just hug the line like this, and there could be a tree branch right there? You're pretty much screwed. Right? You can't go this way. There's no option. Your only option is to go that way, and that's a big problem when there's a truck right here, because you don't even know if another car is coming your other direction. That's gonna be pretty bad. However, if you stay to the outside until you could see all the way through the corner, they're like, oh, a tree branch. Look how much time you have to make a decision. There's a car coming. Okay, that's good to know as well. And then let's say this is all clear. You stay on the outside until you can see through the corner, and then you start to dip it in. And then you wind up over here like this, and that's a whole lot better than going wide. All right, let's start getting into an actual decrease in radius. You're going through a corner, and you think it might just extend like this, like a normal curve, like this one. Right? You just think it's gonna be normal, like, okay, no big deal, nice easy corner. But then once you get halfway through the corner, and you realize, oh crap, it tightens up on me at the very end. So what do you do? So first, if you're going left, of course, you're gonna take off and you're starting on the right. Again, I'm not saying anything about body head bike, downshifting speed. That's just assuming that's all taken care of. I mean, no matter what line selection you do or how you manage these corners, if you're riding above your head and going really damn fast and never been to this corner, or you're trying to keep up with your buddies, you're probably gonna get yourself in trouble very quickly. So this is assuming all those things. This is strictly blind corners. This isn't street riding techniques or go slower for safety and et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, so you're going left, this is a blind corner, so imagine this blank spot all right here is a mountain, and you have no idea what's on the other side. So because of that, you're not going to be surprised what I'm going to say. You want to stay on the outside, and about here, you could realize, because you're not looking right here, right? If you're this rider, you're not looking right down in front of you to right here. You're always looking as far as you can see. And if you're seeing right there, and you're like, okay, I could see all the way through the corner now, but I realize it's not just extending nice and easy like this. This is not a normal corner. This is a blind corner. So you're still on the outside and you're realizing what you can see. And you start to dip it in a little bit, right? So once you went a little bit further, now your eyes can track, because you're still looking where you want to go. They could track a little bit further, yeah? Because you're not just going to stay on the outside and go right off the road, right? So you're going through, you could see almost the exit. You go a little bit more, you're still on the outside, maybe come in a little bit, you could see the exit for the most part, and then you start to dip it in, you get close, and then bam. Right about when you're here, you start to dip it in, maybe you're in the middle of the lane, you could see completely through the corner. And now that you know what you're up against is a decrease in motor corner, you dip it in, you get close as you come through, and then you just manage right there, and you're going through, and maybe this goes whatever direction, so you're planning by looking way up ahead. Now just think how bad this can get very quickly if you don't do this, right? And this is not assuming a car is coming the other direction either. Remember, this is street riding, this isn't the track. So say you come in really close, and you get really close to the line. Well, you're already out of room. Your only option now is to stay on this line, or you have to go lean the bike more to make the corner. And a lot of people right around here, in this area, they go in really close, and they get close to the yellow line, the double yellow line. They're like, oh crap, I can't turn the bike or lean the bike anymore. And once they realize, oh crap, right here, I didn't know this is a blind or decreasing radius corner because I didn't realize, or I wasn't paying attention. There was a sign back there that looked like this, and that pretty much means decrease in radius. Or there's a bunch of signs, and like this, and they're getting closer and closer and closer and closer together. That's usually a good sign that it's decreasing radius corner. Or if someone just told you it was a decreasing radius corner, or you've been there in your car before. But if you go through a decreasing radius corner and you didn't know it was there before, I blame you for not going slow the first couple times, or you're not paying attention to the signs, or you just didn't know. But either way, when people get right about here and they realize, oh my God, this corner is getting closer, and maybe they're going way too fast, people usually do a lot of panicking right here. And they might go off the cliff, they might lay their bike down, which pretty much means I don't know how to ride, because there's no excuse to ever lay your bike down, it doesn't even make sense. But a lot of people panic right here and they crash, they slide out, they hit the wall, whatever. So your line for a decreasing radius corner, stay way on the outside. Just in case, stupid on the truck, here's a big old truck, decides to go wide because they're coming in, and they go wide, and they're like, oh my God. So here's a whole truck. Now, would you rather be this rider or that rider? And a truck is coming through. Or another rider, right? You're going through like this, and the rider goes in really too close, and they're like, oh man, this is a decreasing radius. And the rider goes like that. Well, at least if the rider's going wide at the exit, which is the most common mistake, at least you're way over here, and you're looking through the corner anyway, so by the time you're going here, you're looking, right? You're always looking as far as you possibly can through the corner to give yourself more time to think about what you're gonna do in case something happens. And if you're going through a left-hand corner like this and you're not thinking, what if I go 10 more feet and some car comes in my lane or goes over the double WL line? I think you're setting yourself up for failure, right? You should always be predicted like crazy stuff is gonna happen. You're on the public roads. This is not a racetrack where it's controlled and everybody's going the same direction, and there's no gravel, and there's no guardrails, and there's no obstacles to hit, there's no potholes, right? You're on public roads going through these crazy, complex corners with a lot of variables. If you're not thinking about something that happened, then if something does happen, I hope you're prepared. I hope you're trained, and I hope you've spent a tremendous amount of time practicing, because otherwise it's gonna have very bad results. I think this is it. Yeah, last example. So you're going through, and say you're going down, right? And you have a right-handed decreasing radius corner, but then it sets you up for another corner immediately afterwards. So again, if you go through these corners and you've never been there before and you go really fast and you crash, well, that's on you. How about you go, say you just want to do these corners back to back. Say there's a turn place here, you could turn around like a big parking lot, right? See there's a parking lot there, and way over here there's another parking lot. And all you want to do is go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and practice these two turns, right? And there's no one on the road. Let's just assume perfect conditions. It's Saturday at noon, it's 80 degrees and sunny, and there's no one else on this road, and you're the only one, and the grip is amazing, and there's no cars, and there's nothing. You just want to go back and forth and practice these turns. Well, you could slowly probably start picking up your speed and practicing a little bit because you know the corners and what to expect. But if you just blindly go through and realize, oh my God, it's a decreasing radius corner, and you're going way too fast, that's your fault. If you've never been on the road before, go slow. I mean, that should be common sense, but a lot of people go flying off cliffs as well because they didn't realize, not that the corner was so crazy. I mean, you could go through you could go through a corner that looks like this. You could spend 10 miles going through a corner or a road that looks like that for 10 miles straight. And you're like, holy crap, that's a lot of decreasing radius corner. You could make that very easily, just cut your speed in half. You can make it easy through every one of these corners by not going more than 20 miles per hour. But people try to go 40 or 50 miles per hour through here, and they have no idea what they're doing because they don't understand any of the stuff I just explained. But you can make it through here on whatever bike you want by going 20. So usually speed is the big problem along with what I'm talking about. So let's say you're coming up to a right-hand corner. Of course, you're gonna go through, you're getting your downshifting speed done, body, head, bike, blah, blah, blah. And again, this is a mountain, it's a blind corner. You can't see, this is another mountain. So I'm just assuming it's a blind corner. If it's an open corner, when you are here, if this was an open corner, there's no mountain, you can see everywhere. You can see if there's a car coming, you could see all the way to the other parking lot where you're going. Say this is just a flat road and there is no mountain in the way. Well, that's awesome. That's a really fun corner, and I'd go back and forth on that too and practice a lot if there were no cars and it wasn't blind because I could see everything. But if this is a mountain and this is a mountain, well, you have no idea what's around each one of the corners, and that's how it gets very dangerous very quickly. So you're gonna start on the outside, and just like before, you're gonna start on the outside and stay on the outside to give yourself an escape route this way or that way in case something happens, right? Stay on the outside, not on the line. Again, this is the lane, and here's the double yellow line, and here's the other side of the lane. So cars are going this way, cars are going this way. Imagine the lane is breaking up into thirds. You have the first third, second third, which is the middle, and then the other third. So stay on the first third, stay on the outside until you can see in a straight line through the corner. If you could see what's going through the corner, stay on the outside until then. And once you can see through the corner, then you decide to dip the bike in. And if you know the corner's coming up, so you just took a right-handed corner, and then now you dipped it in, now you're close to the inside, right here. But that's good because you have a left-handed corner right afterwards. If you have a left-handed corner, where do you want to start? On the outside. You do the same exact thing. This is a mountain, and you cannot see through the corner, so you want to stay on the outer third until you can start to see through the corner. So once you can see right there a little bit, right? You go a little bit more. Once you go a little bit more, you're still on the outside. Once you have a clear shot and you can see through the corner and you know nothing's crazy up ahead, then you can start to ease your way in, dip it in, and then you make it through the corner and then just keep adjusting to what's coming up next. Or if that's the parking lot, you're gonna pull in and go back and try it again, and then go the opposite direction. So the main idea, you're going through a corner for decrease in radius. Normal corners, right? Start on the outside, dip it in, and then go back around the middle of the corner. And always be prepared for someone going the opposite direction to make a stupid mistake. Right? Remember, again, if this is a truck and they go a little bit wide, I'd rather be this rider than this rider. Yeah? Normal corner, right? You're gonna start on the outside, wait until you get C in a straight line, that everything is clear through the corner, and then you dip it in. And I keep saying dip it in. Well, how do you dip it in? Well, you're going right. So you push right to go right. If you want to push the bike quickly to make it lean quickly to dip it in, well, push harder. So you're pushing a little bit, the bike starts to lean. Once you're about here and you can see, man, the corner's clear, you could push a little bit quicker, a little bit harder on the handlebar you want to go, and the bike will dip in, and it'll get you to where you want to be. Again, what do most people do? They come in, they go in way too early, they get to the inside of the line too early, they start to go wide, and holy crap, head-on collision, right? Don't be that rider. So that's just another basic corner, not a decreased radius corner, to get the idea about your line. And all this craziness, again, just stay on the outside until you can see the exit. If you can't see the exit of any corner, assume it's a decrease in radius corner. What harm is it to stay on the outside? It's not going to be any harmful. It's not going to be any harmful. It's not going to cause you any harm by staying on the outside, right? You're just predicting. You're assuming something could be around the corner. So stay on the outside. Once you can see, dip it in. Go back to the outside. Once you have a straight shot and you can see through the corner, then you can make your choice to dip it in and then make it through there.